So this is going to be the first of a few videos dealing with Excel. And what we're going to do in this specific video is we're going to learn how to create a table and format the cells as well as put a title. So what we're going to pretend like we're dealing with is we're going to be dealing with a company that makes widgets, and we're going to deal with 4 widgets over 4 months. And we'll go ahead and create a table. We'll start creating the actual table now, and I'm going to start on E12, and I'm going to start with the first set of widgets. So I'm going to make up some numbers here: 500, 550, 600, 635. Then here I'm going to go 350, 325, 340, 315. And then here I'll go 600, 500, 450, 325. And one more set. We'll go here with 450, 460, 420, and 419. So these are going to be our numbers. This is actually where we're going to create the table itself. And we're going to talk about January, February, March, and April. And we're going to deal with widget 1, widget 2, widget 3, and widget 4. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and create our title. It's going to be called widget production. I'm going to go ahead and change the size, make it 36. Notice how it automatically made this specific row wider. So I'm going to call this widget production. Okay. So the next thing we have to do is we actually have to format the cells. So the first cells we're going to format are the ones that are going to deal with the actual numbers. So I need to highlight, left click, hold and drag. I need to highlight the cells that I want to format. There's several ways of formatting the cells. I specifically just like to right click, and in Windows, right click with the mouse gives you options, left click select. So I'm going to go to where it says format cells, and when I do that, I'm going to get another table here. So when I click on that, I get this little sub menu here. So first off is what category are these numbers? I mean, they're obviously numbers, right? But do we need decimal places? We're dealing with whole widgets, so we do not need any decimal places. And notice here is the example right here. On the next tab over, alignment, I like to simply put shrink to fit. That's in case that you have a very large set of numbers. It won't make a cell bigger, stretch it too far where it kind of messes with the integrity of the view of the actual table itself. On font, I will make it bold. I'm going to change the color. Let's just say the dark blue just for the heck of it. I'm not going to change the size or too much because that'll also affect the size of the individual cells. Okay, so I'm going to make it bold and make it a dark blue. A border, I do want to create a table here, so I'm going to choose my color first, the thickness of my line, and I'm going to outline and do the inside, and this is what's actually going to create our table. Don't click OK yet. So this is a sample of what it's going to look like. Fill is essentially the background color, and let's say I just put a really light, I guess it's a light blue here. Protection I'm not going to worry about. Watch what happens when I click OK. You see how I now have a table here. And notice here that if I put 501.5, it automatically goes to 502 because I've actually formatted the individual cells. So I'm going to undo this for right now. And now I actually need to format my text. It actually is a good idea to format it as text. So I select what I want to format. I right click, go to format cells. Let's move this over here. I'm going to make it text. I might actually shrink to fit, and I'm not going to do anything else here. I'm not going to change the color or do anything special. But you're free to play around with that. So I click OK. You can't really tell, but that has in fact been formatted. Same thing up here. right click, format cells, number. It is actually, the category is text. I'm going to do shrink to fit. Okay. So these are now formatted as well. Up here, this is my title. So, question for you. Does this title widget production exist in one cell or in the multiple cells D3, E3, F3, G3, and H3? What is your guess? So let's just put a number here. It actually resides technically in one cell. So you see how it's easy to go over it. So let me undo it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use merge and center. And what merge and center does is it actually combines all the cells into one. For example, let's say I want to merge and center this area. So right now I have B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And I want to combine it into one cell. So if you notice, if you're on your home tab here where it says merge and center, it will give you options. But I'm just going to do the standard merge and center and watch what happens. And it kind of shrunk it because I merged it together and it reduced the size of the cells in that specific row. I just can go here and I can drag it and make it back to normal. By the way, you can change the size of your columns and of your rows automatically. Okay, so I went ahead and fixed this. So now we have widget production. We have the proper formatting for both for the numbers and for the text, and we use merge and center. So that's it for now. There'll be another video coming up shortly on creating an embedded chart. So everybody have a good day.